the last 8 years, there's been one silently continual theme in Five Nights at Freddy's that we've seemingly missed, one that may be the key to discovering where it all began: the fire of Fall Fest 1983. Fall Fest has been prominent since back in FNAF world, though it seems most of us miss this detail. Before crafting a theory on what this may mean for the future or past of Five Nights at Freddy's, let's first plot a roadmap of where Fall Fest has previously appeared. Our seemingly first appearance of a Fall Fest related location is in FNAF World Update 2. The whole update is themed around a Halloween backstage. This Halloween backstage gives us a taste of what's to come. The next appearance skips over to Help Wanted 1's DLC, Curse of Dreadbear, which released in October 2019. The Dreadbear DLC is where we get our first official introduction of Fall Fest 1983. In the main hub area for Dreadbear, you can see a banner above an old wooden stage that clearly states the name Fall Fest 83. Get used to that term, it's going to come up a lot. Most of the DLC seems to take place within Fall Fest 1983, most notably the minigame Afraid of the Dark. This game mode takes place in a corn maze, with a notable detail being Grim Foxy. Keep him in mind, we'll talk about him soon. Moving to the next appearance, Help Wanted 2, which released less than a week ago as recording this. We're still piecing this game together, so not everything's certain about the game. However, there are many appearances of Fall Fest in Help Wanted 2. Starting with Fazbear Blast. The whole game takes place within Curse of Dreadbear's Fall Fest. The rest is a carnival theme and everything is exactly what was seen there originally. The last appearance is the carousel minigame. Due to the darkness, it's hard to tell, but this minigame does take place in Fall Fest. The most notable details are Moon or Jacko Moon, the fire, and the animatronics on the ride. We'll talk more about this soon as well. Now that we've discussed most appearances of Fall Fest, we can focus on a common thread that's been linking all these together that I've yet to mention: fire. The reoccurrence of fire is not random. Its constant reoccurrence seems to be showing us something deeper that we've entirely missed. Almost every one of these locations has either a reference to fire or directly burns down with us in it. But why? Why would fire be related to this seemingly unknown festival? Well, I don't think this festival is as unknown as we've made it out to be. You see, with as many appearances as we've seen with it, we all know it ends in a flame. And we know when this takes place, we even know what it could have looked like. This place isn't a randomly occurring thing, this place is very important to the franchise and we've completely turned blind from it. In Help Wanted 2, there's a secret last level for the Fazbear Blast minigame. To get to this level, you have to shoot rockets in each of the previous Fazbear Blast levels. While doing this, you are setting up a fire hazard within the Fazbear Blast area. Carney knows that these things are dangerous by stating, "There's a fire hazard!" each time we knock something over. At the end of the FNAF 2 level of Fazbear Blast, we light the fire that begins burning down Fall Fest. Once we get to the secret FNAF 3 level, everything is scorched, burnt to the ground, Carney as well. Now within this level, I don't believe there was a Springtrap cutout in Fall Fest or references to the other games. I think that's just for the minigame. However, I don't think the fire is a coincidence. Pay attention to the lighting around this area, it'll return soon. Shortly after completing Help Wanted 2, when I first started to delve into what Fall Fest could be, I realized the carousel had a big part to play in discovering the lore behind this. Once you enter the survival phase of the carousel ride, the ride starts to catch on fire and burn down. Keep this in mind, I believe it has some connections soon. In the Nightmare version of the carousel ride, the ride is on fire. Depending on how you play the game, this is our first appearance of Jacko Moon, but he's not the only important detail of this version of the ride. If you're able to get a good glance outside of the ride past all the stress, you'll realize the lighting and structures are the exact same as the fire of Fazbear Blast level. These two fires happen at the same time, at the same place. Let's travel back for a second to FNAF World. There's one detail that's been discovered recently that's heavily interesting. In Help Wanted 2's end credit song, it's a remastered version of the song Don't Open the Door from FNAF World. Where does this song play in FNAF World? The Halloween backstage. In most FNAF content, there's been a heavy reference to the Halloween backstage, and it seems like we've missed something here. Whether it be a nod to Fall Fest or something deeper, that's yet to be discovered. Remember the mention of Grim Foxy? He's one of the first links and references to fire within Fall Fest, literally in Fall Fest. His design is a burning version of seemingly Nightmare Foxy. Originally, this could have seemed like a creepy reskin of the character. Now it seems like it could be an actual nod to the flames that destroyed Fall Fest. I believe he may act as symbolism rather than an actual nightmare animatronic running around the corn maze. That seems a bit silly. However, his fiery theming doesn't seem to be that much of a coincidence anymore. Now that everything is in place for us, we can build a proper theory. What does this mean for Five Nights at Freddy's and Fazbear Entertainment? Here's a theory I built up. Fall Fest was a tradition within Hurricane, Utah beginning in 1970. This tradition garnered a lot of attention each year, including William Afton and Henry Emily. They both displayed skills in robotics and animatronics. Henry's animatronics were better, and Afton's were inspired. Due to the carnival reoccurring each year, they eventually met and became business partners, opening up attractions together in their now combined business. Things were going great, opening up rides and attractions all within Fall Fest, with their main show being Fredbear's Singin' Show. These two were getting very well known by the community. Then one year, a fire started, presumably by one of their animatronics as potentially referenced in Fazzer Blast, and the carnival was destroyed. It destroyed everything that William and Henry worked for. They had to completely restart, opening up a restaurant with their knowledge of animatronics and built-up characters, Fredbear's Family Diner. After the fire, William grew bitter about Henry. His machines destroyed everything. It's all his fault. Eventually, one night, he did an unthinkable action, killing Henry's daughter. And the story continues. Now, this route is more cinematic, but it adds an in-lore reason to Henry and William's meeting. This has its flaws, but it's a potential route that the story could use. I believe Moon's involvement with this is him being a themed animatronic that was created for one of the Fall Fest attractions, which is why we were introduced to Jacko Moon in Help Wanted 2. Of course, these are just theories of how this could go. There's no knowledge we currently have that could place this as an official explanation. I would strongly recommend you delve into what this can mean for other theories. There's plenty that could change and we could discover in the future. Let me know if you have any of your thoughts on these theory points in the comments. All we know is Fall Fest was out there, and its fire must be important. Who knows what the future or past of Five Nights at Freddy's could hold.